Alright guys, want to welcome you to the other 6 Ring stream. This is Sun and Moon 20 Festivals Arc Finals between Chris and Gunnar. Chris is running Crab and Gunnar is running Dragon. And I got Darren with me to help commentate.
Hello.
And we're going to get this thing underway here.
I'll be bringing the British class to counteract whatever the hell Sparks' voice is.
So, looks like Gunnar gets to go first. I'm going to change the view up a little bit here.
How do I change the view?
You don't get to.
Oh, okay. Well, he's got his first turn sauna dojo, so...
That's always a good start.
I think he's just, gonna win just from the gold.
Probably not.
That's how L5R works now. Well, he's got his first turn sauna dojo. That's why Mantis win every tournament, and why they're in the final here.
That's why Mantis is in the final here, huh?
Yeah. Free gold is broken. I think he's just gonna win just from the gold. That's how I'll find out.
So Chris at least gets his gold start going.
It's not brilliant. I don't think the House of Disgrace is really that good for Dishonor, honestly. In some aspects, I can see. I think he uses it more for the gold production. I don't think the house. Yeah, I think Yasuki mostly dash honor requirements, so
right.
It's probably not the worst, and it does let you do those all the cards that talk about the difference between current personal honor and printed. But
that is true.
That is a pretty good gold start over on
that is
Gunner's side.
Gunner's got some pretty good gold going.
I think
2 clan holdings, another Swana.
Clearly 3 gold is better than 5 gold.
Yes.
That is a pretty. And I will fight anyone who disagrees. So I'm guessing next turn, Gunnar's probably just going to fetch a Ring of Void. I think if he had it in hand, he'd have already dropped it. So I'm guessing next turn is just going to be a...
well, yeah, he's got plenty of gold to power stronghold.
So I'm guessing next turn, Gunnar's probably just... It's pretty... it's not actually a bad start for Chris. Once you've got a Makoto or 2 going, your dynasty phases can get pretty crazy if you're flipping holdings.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I know you told me to be unbiased, but I really hope Crab Dishonor don't win anything, ever. Can you hear the TV stuff in the background, by the way?
On your end, no.
Okay, cool. It's through a wall, but it's quite loud here. So there we go, called it.
Yep.
Clearly I am professional L5R.
You are not.
I was robbed of this tournament.
On your end?
Robbed.
Make better decks, Darren.
It's through
So,
there we go.
I suck at pronouncing personality names, but looks like Gunner's got the Karuyu, Rikia, Fatoru, and Taiki.
I think Taiki's quite an important one for the matchup because of the 1 personal honor, but
I suck at pronouncing personality names.
he's probably not going to be able to suffice just off of the 1 personality, so...
probably not. Let's see how quick he can throw them rings out there.
Oh, yeah. I guess there's no cascade ins yet on Chris's side, so
Nope.
not a massive risk just yet.
And he got a small time bully out quickly before he got a personality in play.
No.
And another one flips.
Never mind. Yes, there's no.
And brilliant cascade in pops. And we've got a Yasuki Hora and another Makoto. Makoto is really good. And he got a small time bully out quickly before he got a
Hora's also pretty annoying.
And another one flips.
Never mind. I found most of my games against Crab Dishonor recently
She is pretty
just come
annoying.
down to, yeah, just come down to seeing how much I can do without spending any gold generally. I didn't bother counting. I'm guessing this is full province clear from Chris. Yeah.
Well, yeah, since his holdings are free.
That is true. Well, we did say free gold was broken, right?
At some point in our life, I think. Chris gets a free ring.
Yeah, I'm guessing. I haven't bothered looking at the deck list. I'm guessing it's only going to be Ring Verth.
We did say free gold was broken, right?
I don't think really that's going to bother Gunnar too much.
Oh, probably not. Gunnar's got a pretty... well, actually, he's got quite a few little tricks in his deck, but I find one that's pretty good.
I'm guessing. I haven't bothered looking at the deck list. I'm guessing.
What just happened?
I don't think really that's going to bother.
Yeah, I mean Gunnar's going to have all his rings by next turn, from looks of things. So
Well, actually, he's got quite a few little tricks in
I think it's just down to how quickly he can draw. Like, I don't particularly like playing against either of these matchups, but I'm pretty sure this matchup comes down to it's not an interactive one. I think either the Enlightenment player gets what he needs in time or he doesn't, and there's sort of no give and take there. It's just down to does he draw the right cards in the right order.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I think either player is I think both players are like, I don't want to play this matchup. To be honest, but here it is.
Yeah, Gunnar, I know Gunnar plays Enlightenment at nearly every event I've ever seen him in. He's been playing it since I think I first met him in Celestial. He knows how to play Enlightenment, so he'll know how to play against Dishonor. I've never heard of Chris Martin, so he's American, so he's a nobody.
Oh, whatever. No, Chris Martin's a good guy. He's won quite a few events, and he loves his Dishonor, so they're both playing decks they're familiar with.
He's got a root for Gunnar though. Never heard of Chris Martin, so he's American. What's going on? I should watch the game really, shouldn't I?
Yes.
That's a new card.
So it's another, it's a Dishonor tech, so...
Not sure why I never saw that card. Is it rare?
It is a rare.
That's a pretty good card. That's a pretty nice bump to Dishonor, because I think before this set...
Especially the Scorpion Dishonor. It's a Dishonor tech, so...
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think before this set, Dishonor just hasn't really had the legs to get there. It's just been that little bit behind. I think between the rise of the big unit and cards like that being added in, well, they're in the final here, so I'm guessing they're pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Before this set, Dishonor just hasn't really had.
I'll let you know when I lose to one.
I think between the rise of the
Oh, no, okay, I thought Gunnar was dishonouring his holdings there. Just so dishonoured out, even his gold is dishonoured, but apparently not.
I'll let you know when I lose to.
So Gunnar fetched Ring Ver with his wisdom gain, didn't he?
Yes.
Right. Oh, no, okay, I thought
Gunnar was dishonouring.
So he's dropping Ring of Air this turn from the looks of things.
Yeah, he's already throwing the summons out there.
So then all he's really got to do is just get an attack through against against Chris.
Ring of Air with this wisdom.
Yes.
So he's dropping Ring of Air this turn from the looks of things.
Yeah, he's already...
Or a good ambush, I guess.
So then all he's really got to do is just get an attack through against Chris.
And that guy is Destinied, so some extra cards for Gunnar.
Good ambush, I guess.
They seem to be playing it fairly quickly,
Yes.
which is good for me.
And see Chris flipped over Shizuka, another small time bully, and another Hora.
I am glad at least
They seem to be playing
I'm not always amazingly
which is good.
complimentary of the design team recently, but a lot of the Dishonor cards, they seem to be balancing well whether they put economic and political on cards or not.
I'm not
Yeah, I can see that.
amazingly.
Because I mean, there was a good chance of it just spiraling completely out of control. I think with things like Way of the Scorpion not being political, I think it's just about keeping them balanced.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because I mean, there was a good chance of it just spiraling completely out of control.
So he throws accepting a choice and
Things like
going to search for a card and gets rid of block supply lines because I'm sure that's not a very useful card.
It's an interesting card. I know he's running, Gunnar's running a few cards that are very defensive oriented. It makes sense to use the move home, I guess, with wanting to drop Ring of Earth, but it's not something I've seen other people really doing with their Enlightenment decks.
Yep.
Gunnar's running a few cards that are very defensive oriented. It makes sense to use the move home, I guess.
My guess is Gunnar's going to have the
It's not something I've seen other people
show me a stance in hand by now, so... Is he running that?
I believe he is, yes.
I'm trying to think, because I think that's pretty much the only thing that
My guess is
that makes Enlightenment work, is being able to do the duel off personal honor, because with all the big unit, big chi decks running around.
Yeah, that and especially for low honor clans.
I'm trying to think, because I think that's pretty much the only thing that makes Enlightenment work, is being able to do the duel off personal honor, because yep, so I've had a look at his deck list, and he is definitely running some number of duels.
Especially for low honor clans.
I mean, they played in, I think they met in earlier rounds of the tournament as well, so they pretty much know what each other's doing. I think Gunnar won that one.
Yep, so I've had a look at his deck list.
Oh, did they play earlier?
Yeah, they played, Gunnar won, Gunnar won
Okay.
in the earlier rounds, so...
The TO didn't even know.
Sparks, if we had a list of things you didn't know, we wouldn't get any L5R done.
That's probably true.
What I am ashamed of is the lack of sleeves and lack of 2 playmats.
Everybody should have sleeves and playmats.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're not taking full advantage of the features of Sun and Moon, then you might as well just go play in real life.
What I am ashamed of is the lack of sleeves and lack of 2 playmats.
So Gunnar takes the favor with auspicious arrival. Interesting.
Well,
He's trying to set
I
up his
don't know
hand.
what else. It's not like he was going to lobby with the guy that Zera targeted, so I think he's planning on just favor cycling at this point as much as possible.
Yeah. He's got 2 more rings to get out, so he needs to get set up for him.
He's got just enough force on the table to take a province. I don't think he'll be, or I doubt he'll be attacking this turn. Not for a province at least.
No, not yet. Yeah. He's got 2 more rings to get out, so he's getting set up for him.
He's got just enough force on the
So which rings he? So he's gonna fetch Ring of Fire. Have we seen Ring of Water yet?
I don't think he's got water yet. Unless you
I know
do it.
he's got remote temples, so he can get it whenever he wants. But I think this is around the point in the game where if you're playing as Enlightenment, your brain starts to implode a little while you're trying to work things out.
He's got remote temples.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody can just play Enlightenment all the time.
Yeah, I think maybe that's the only time you can play Enlightenment.
This is around
Because then that's just L5R to you. It's just putting rings into play.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody can just play Enlightenment all the time.
It's got to be nice not to have to focus on any real win conditions.
Yep.
Because then that's just L5R to you. It's just putting rings into play.
So Growing Rift is pretty good. I'm going to say Gunnar's definitely not attacking this turn.
Yeah, Growing Rift is
Nice not to have to
annoying, to say the least.
I'm just having a look over back over the deck list here to see what sort of chance I think each person has at this point.
Annoying, to say the least.
I think Gunnar definitely needs to put a few more people in play.
just having a look over back over the deck list here to see what sort of
And he does.
Yeah, 5 guys, that's probably enough to start threatening next turn. He's going to be facing down a
few more people in play.
facing down a progressive. Not really any other defensive tricks. I don't think Makoto's going to bother him too much.
No.
Either he attacks to drop his rings or he doesn't. He's not going to really care about the 8 gold at that point. He's still on positive honor, so he's still got plenty of time. I think at this point, Enlightenment's got a good enough hold that they should be able to set up for his victory at this point. He hasn't really lost much honor at all this game.
No. No, he's able to proclaim to keep him up until Chris gets more on board just honor loss actions.
That's it. Once you've got 1 or 2 dishonored guys against dishonor, and you don't really have any ways left of re-honoring all of them, there's no point worrying about your personal honor at that point. Just buy out everything, proclaim everything. That's it. Once you've got 1 or 2 dishonored guys against dishonor, and you don't really have any ways left of re-honoring all of them, there's no point worrying about your personal honor at that point. Just buy out everything. So Gunnar left sort of 6 random gold unbowed and not his remote temple. So I'm wondering if he's got any plan for this money, or if it's just.
No, it doesn't look like it. Chris is going Dynasty now. I think one of them got targeted by the Sensei last turn, so he left it up.
I'd be surprised if he was targeting anything other than the temple or the sauna dojo. I think that'd probably be a pretty poor play.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking about that. I don't know.
I mean, targeting the remote temple's not bad, just because you know if he wants to use it, it'll cost him 1.
Right.
Otherwise, it'd be a sauna dojo. And he's got a second ivory courtroom of the game, so you can at least get 1 of the 3 personal honor dudes back up. But I get the feeling he's either going to attack this turn or next turn, in which case it doesn't really matter either way. He's got a second ivory courtroom of the game, so you can at least get 1 of the 3 personal honor. Yeah, re-honor the 3 personal honor going.
Right.
Makes sense.
He's either going to attack this turn or next.
Because if he's doing
in which case, it doesn't really
show me a stance, that's the guy you really want to do it with, because he's got low chi, high personal honor.
agree on a 3 personal on a go.
I think the thing I've always found with yeah, he's targeting those gold mines again.
Yep.
I don't know, I just... Oh no, those are horrors targeting them. I still don't think that's
I've always found with
a perfect use, but...
yeah, he's targeting those gold mines again.
Did he just put water in his hand?
Well, he must have done, because he already had fire, didn't he?
Oh no, there's a forest targeting them.
It's going too quick for me to watch.
Yeah, he did. I just watched the replay on the stream since it's delayed. He just put water in his hand.
I'm guessing Chris is gonna be drawing a card with his next action.
Well, he must have done, because he already had fire.
Yep, see?
Yep.
L5R Master right here.
Yeah, he did. I just watched the replay on the stream since it's delayed.
I'm guessing,
If anyone, incidentally, I might as well plug in.
What?
If anyone's ever thinking about going to a foreign Kotai, Iceland is definitely the place to go. Iceland or Sweden, but Gunnar hosts the Iceland one is definitely,
Oh, I didn't know Gunnar hosts the Iceland Kotai.
if anyone,
yeah, he'll,
I might as well.
every last few years I've watched his, or I've only seen the pictures for the last few years, and he's taken everyone on nice long trips around Iceland, whale watching, out into the, they have some really nice, I don't want to use the word countryside, but you know what I mean, like really nice scenery where there aren't people,
I've only seen
Okay.
pictures for the last few years.
and whales that you can watch.
You can just watch the whales?
Yeah, you get on a boat and you watch whales.
Do they do tricks?
I don't think they do.
Oh.
They should do.
So,
So,
Gunner's swinging in now.
With 5 force,
Yes.
a Gur could take him up to 7 force, so it's an interesting choice.
All he has to do is throw down 2 terrains.
I don't think they do.
That's true, but you, well no, because he also has to kill a province or some cards in resolution.
Oh yeah, is that how the wording is?
Pretty sure that's what Ren of
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So the question is, I don't know, is he planning on
That's true.
Chris defending,
Well, no, because he also
or is he hoping to harpoon something
Crystal.
in?
Oh, I thought he was going to defend with the Abbot to make him pay gold.
That would be fun.
So here's where one of see, this is one of Gunnar's little tricks. He's going to force somebody to oppose him
defending. Because he's hoping to harpoon something.
because he'll resolve. And he'll play like false trail down. So here's where one of see, this is one of Gunnar's little tricks. He's going to force.
Take 2 additional battle actions. That's a pretty good use of that guy if you're going to harpoon, actually.
Yes. He'll resolve.
Drag a guy in and show me a stance in.
So, oh, you play Determined Challenge, okay.
Take 2 additional battle actions. That's a pretty good use of that guy if you're going to harpoon, actually. So we can drag anyone in here.
See who he decides to drag in.
Show me a stance in. I think I'd probably
Yeah.
go Makoto.
I was thinking Horo too.
I'd probably go Makoto just to try and deal with her a bit, because if it's going to be a show me your stance, it gets her away from the battle and bowed and stuff. So.
See who he decides to drag in. See what his additional action is.
I'd probably
Yeah.
go Makoto.
I was thinking Horo too. There it
Yeah,
is.
show me stance.
Just to try and deal with her a bit. Because if it's going to be a show me a stance.
So this is, I mean, this is almost a guarantee against dishonor, I think. So he's going to
So it's
be able to drop fire.
yeah, 3 personal honor to 1.
He's not dropping water yet, but he does have a lot of honor before he has to really worry about losing. So
So this is, I mean, this is almost a guarantee against dishonor, I think. So it's going to be
It's just whether Chris tries to win out the duel.
Oh.
I mean, it's two stats down.
Yeah, I'm not sure what his focus value average is, but I know Gunnar's is up there because he has to be.
He has to. I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea to throw a card into the focus pool. Maybe a couple. Try and force out the cards Gunnar needs for water, maybe.
Yeah, good point.
Is Gunnar... The other thing, of course, is if Gunnar's running accessible, I'm not sure if he is. Can't be bothered to look through his deck, if I'm honest. But if he's running accessible, he can actually do this to push horror out as a good sort of I don't have enough guys bluff, and then drag everyone in.
True.
Can't be bothered to look through his deck, if I'm honest. But if he's running accessible, he can actually do this to push horror out. So because Chris is focusing from hand, Gunnar almost has to focus from hand, because
that's just how dueling is.
yeah, if he can't risk flipping, say another show me a stance or something. So it could be Chris is just throwing away any old rubbish. But Gunnar's got to guarantee he's putting fours down.
That's just how dueling is. And Chris he went ahead and focused out. So
yeah, Chris focused out from hand. I'm not sure I like focusing out unless they're all fours, and if they are, I think Gunnar's in.
and Chris did focus out all fours. So
Well, Gunnar started up 2 stats, but I think he's lost 3 here, so I think Gunnar might have actually lost this duel.
he did lose the duel actually.
By 1? Is my maths right?
Yep, by
Yeah.
1.
So Gunnar plays a card to dishonor and send home his own guy.
That was a little rough.
Yeah. That shouldn't really happen when you're playing but then Chris had...
He had all fours in his hand, so he might as well, right?
Well, he had 9 cards in hand. It doesn't hurt him to focus out 4 of those 4s, really, does it?
No. That was a little rough.
Yeah. That shouldn't really happen when you're playing but then Chris had... Oh, and of course he gets the victory through deference focus effects.
Oh yeah.
Focus 2 of them, so he can yeah, drop the discipline wave the dragons out of Gunnar's discard. Oh, and of course he gets the victory through deference focus effects.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and the Path of Wisdom as well.
Mm.
That's gonna hurt. Yeah, drop the discipline wave the dragons out of Gunnar's discard. That's not gonna leave him with many jaws left in his deck.
No, that's going to set Gunnar back a lot, which might give Chris some room to get him dishonored out.
Oh, and the Path of Wisdom. I'm guessing Gunnar's running at least 2 show me a stances. That's not going to leave him with many jaws left in his deck.
No, that's going to set Gunnar back a lot, which might give Chris some room to get him dishonored out.
Yeah, so if he's running 2 show me your stances, 2 or 3, I reckon he's only got 1 or 2 jewels left in his deck. And I think if he doesn't get one of them soon, he's not gonna win this by military. So
No, definitely not.
so if he's running 2 show me your stances, he is removing like half of Gunnar's discard pile at the moment.
Well, yeah, you got to remove 6 cards, right?
Yeah, the important ones were gone, and then the rest are just what Chris feels like, I think. There's never much recursion. Unless Gunnar's playing that line that picks up Yojutsu strategies.
There's different people that can pick up different type of strategies. I don't know if Gunnar's running those guys or not. I don't think he is.
There's never much recursion. And Chris is going to get... No, Chris isn't. Well, Gunnar wants to stay, so Gunnar still wants to do stuff at this battlefield.
Yeah, Chris tried to run away.
It would have sent Gunnar away as well, which would have stopped him playing any more action.
True.
Gunnar's just looking for the 3-2 honor, I think.
Well, Gunnar wants to stay, so Gunnar still wants to do stuff with this battlefield.
His guy will get forced away with the progressive, but it forces another card out of Chris' hand. Chris gone down 6 cards this turn. Nope, 7 cards.
Gunnar's just looking for the 3-2 honor, I think.
So I mean, he's stopped the Ring of Fire for this turn, but he has lost 7 cards doing so.
Out of Chris' hand. Chris gone down 6 cards this turn. Nope.
And they're going to resolution now.
Yeah, he's not going to.
So I mean, he's stopped the Ring of Fire for this turn.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to do that again if Gunnar gets another duel.
He's not going to.
I think Chris really needs to see his next 2 brilliant Cascade Inns though, otherwise he's just not moving anywhere.
Yeah, Gunnar. I mean, well, Gunnar's in the same spot he started at, so.
Yeah. I think this is the problem. I think Dishonor tended to have before this set as well. I don't think there's any more holdings for it. Is the only repeatable Dishonor you have are those holdings. And I think Scorpion have a personality. So with Crab, if you're not able to force them to lose honor with their gold, then it's just such a slow drop for them.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, the Crab deck's still good. It's just incredibly slow.
So with Crab,
If it doesn't see the holdings it needs early.
force them to lose honor with their gold, then it's just such a slow.
And Chris did clip up another brilliant Cascade, so honor loss will be coming a little bit faster now.
Yeah. And Chris is now ahead in honor, so the Hida Kozan is actually going to be pretty useful.
Yes, definitely.
Because I think Gunnar needs that Aguri, the guy who takes 2 actions. Sort of really needs that guy. If he can't force Chris to defend.
Yeah, I know he's got a couple more in his deck probably, but yeah, like right now he kind of needs them.
I thought that guy was unique.
Nope.
The guy who takes 2 actions.
He's just broken instead. Everything is broken.
Well, if everything's
lose
broken,
to it.
everything should be balanced, right?
If you can't force Chris to
No, everything's broken. Some things are more broken than others. George Orwell had it
I
right.
thought that guy was. He's just broken instead. Everything is broken. If I lose to it. No, everything's broken. Some things are more broken than others. George Orwell had it right.
Sorry, I keep everyone busy for a second, Spies. Entertain.
Yeah, Kozan is kind of a pain to deal with. I don't like faces against Kozan. I try to take him out as quickly as possible.
Is that your entertainment for the people? Quick
No.
quick snippet.
This whole
So
thing
you
is
don't-
entertainment for the people.
Yeah, Mrs. texted me about an hour ago, and I sort of forgot to message back, so.
And then Gunnar flips his own Kozan this turn, who's very good about getting Ring of Air into play, but he's already got Air into play. Because Kozan's ability is a favor action. And he flips another Agoro, which is going to be helpful for him.
That was good. And Karimi as well. I mean, Gunnar's been pretty low on cards for a while now, so. Kozan's good for Enlightenment
Yes.
before they get Ring of Air in. He's pretty useless for Gunnar now, because Gunnar's not going to be able to take the favour again this game, so.
No, he's not. Not with two.
He did.
Not with two brilliant Cascade ends now. He's never going to be able to get back up to the honor that Chris is at. I think Chris is set in a pretty good position now.
He's pretty useless for Gunnar now.
Yeah, again, it's one of those things with Enlightenment. Is Enlightenment can just win, just sort of. If it has the cards, it can just do it.
Well, I think that dual botch really set Gunnar up, or set him behind a lot. So
it did. If he's got more jewels, it's not going to happen again. Basically, if Gunnar can get the setup he needs again, then he should win. But he's going to find it a lot harder now because, like you said, yeah, Chris definitely has a lot more board position all of a sudden.
It did. If he's got more jewels, it's not going to happen again.
This is a best of 3, isn't it?
yes.
I don't. I feel quite bad for Chris. Like, I'm not going to feel bad for his opponents. They only had to play him for sort of an hour each. I feel bad for whoever's had to play like 10 hours of Crab Dishonor.
It's the best of 3.
At least with these online tournaments, you get little breaks between rounds.
I feel quite bad.
That's true. Even so, anyone who sticks with it after like hour 1 must be a strong-willed man.
So Gunnar went and got water back.
Yep. When did he lose water?
I believe he focused it.
Oh, that would make sense.
Anyone who sticks with it after like hour 1 must be a strong-willed man.
Yeah, and another honor loss thing on the Sauna Dojo. I think that's pretty permanent.
Yeah, he'll never use that Swana Dojo.
I think this series, like Crab Dishonor, is a good deck. It's very strong at controlling you. It's just the slow win condition that I think frustrates some people.
I think that's pretty tough.
Like me.
I think Dishonor as a whole frustrates people, but that's just me.
But when you got, between things like Makoto and Hora and the Sensei, it's a real struggle because you either go incredibly slowly toward, slowly buying more and more gold and just move incredibly slowly towards your win condition, but at least slowing down the crab, or you just, YOLO it.
It's a real struggle because you either go incredibly slow.
Just ignore any on losses and just keep pushing people at the Dishonor player.
But at least slowing down the crab, or you just YOLO it. Just ignore any on losses. Just keep pushing people at the
Oh, Soul of Man as well.
Oh yeah, Soul Man.
So, yeah,
Soul of Man.
Gunnar's going to be really, I think Gunnar needs to win this turn or next. Well, it's not going to be this turn. I think he needs to win before the end of next turn. I think if he doesn't, that's it, because with all the gold control that's now in play, as well as the Dishonor stuff, the extra Cascade-ins and the open invested Heavenly Crab thing.
Oh yeah.
Gunnar's definitely making a bid for Ring of Water this turn, I reckon.
I think he kind of has to. He's got to regain that tempo. I say tempo. It's not like tempo in military versus military, but it's a different type of tempo.
It's just getting board position. I think the problem you really want to against Dishonor be dropping Ring of Water last, though, purely because
Anytime you go
if
to
he
battle.
takes this province, he turns Counting House on.
Oh, that's true too.
So if it's the last province you take, the crab player never gets to draw extra cards, but he's got Makoto in play already.
You really want to against Dishonor.
He's only got one Itoku in play, which means he's probably got another destined guy in one of those 3 provinces. So I think
So if it's the last province you take,
I think Gunnar really wants to drop Ring of Fire first, but
He's only got
The
one.
problem with enlightenment is you've got to take it as it comes.
Yeah, for sure. He kind of botched his Ring of Fire last round, so unless he's got another duel in his hand, he's got to just try to swing for the fences to get another ring out and try to set up for the fire again.
Fire first, but
Chris might be helping him. He's defended with two guys, both of whom,
we'll take it as it
Yeah, for sure.
both of them Gunnar could drop the Ring of Fire against with Futaro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Unless he deals with Futaro first, but
Chris might be helping him. He's defended with
let's forget about that one.
both of whom, both of them Gunnar could drop their own fire against with Futaro.
I'm not sure what Chris is looking to play here.
Well, Chris is a defensive deck, so I'm sure. I'm
Oh,
sure.
Futaro's cavalry, so there are two of them.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, the Dishonored one isn't gonna duel unless he has hidden strength. I don't know if he's running that.
Play here.
Well, Chris is a defensive deck, so I'm sure.
Oh, Futaro's cavalry.
Maybe his plan is just to oppression.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it could be.
Well, the Dishonored one isn't gonna duel. unless
There it is.
Oh,
I don't know if he's running that.
there we are. He's still Gunner's still up by a couple of force.
Maybe his plan is just to oppression.
I think he should have dealt with that Futaro. If Gunnar has shown me his stance in hand again, I think Gunnar
Yeah.
will win on this.
Still,
No, Gunnar's got two rings in hand. So
Yeah, either he's got two terrains in hand, so he can drop the water, or he's got another duel to try to get fire
Gunnar
out.
has shown me the stance.
Yeah.
And again,
So-
I think Gunnar.
Yeah, so it's he can't win this turn regardless of what
Right.
happens here.
No, Gunnar's
Um,
got two rings in hand.
His deck's pretty small now.
Yeah, either he's got two. Only 13 cards left, huh?
That's the discard deck.
Oh, okay.
So it's gonna he can't win this turn.
But he's removed about 7, I think, from the game. No, he hasn't got a Forgotten Legacy.
Pretty small now.
Maybe just the 6. So it was about half his deck left still.
That's the discard deck.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't forget his rings and his
Oh, he had a way of,
Moved about.
I didn't realise he had a way of the dragon in the discard.
No, he hasn't got that legacy. Maybe just the six.
That's not going to drop Ring of Fire into play though.
So it was about half his deck left still. Oh, he had a web. Didn't realise he had a web.
yeah, well, if he wins, fire looks at equal or higher chi.
It's not gonna drop.
I thought Fire was just...
Nope, it's
I thought you had to have a lower...
nope, it's equal
lower
to.
chi. Sure.
Yep.
I've been misjudging it if that's the case.
Fire looks at equal or higher.
I thought fire was just. I thought you had
Oh,
to
yeah.
have a lower.
Nope, it's equal to. So we'll see what Chris
So
decides to do
Gunnar
here.
could... In theory, he could still win. I didn't realise he had a Wave of Dragon left in the discard.
Yeah.
If he's got a...
If he's got two terrains in hand, he could win this turn. If he
Yes.
if he wins this duel now, let's not get carried away because Chris already botched one duel.
Chris is focusing from his deck, I believe.
Yeah.
In theory, you could still win. I didn't realise you had a web.
Well, Gunnar's gone from hand, so he's definitely not planning on winning this game. This turn.
This turn, right? In hand, he could win this turn. If he
Yes.
if he wins this duel now, let's not get carried away because Chris already botched one duel.
Chris is focusing from his deck, I believe.
Yeah.
No, the problem is if...
From hand, so he's
I
definitely-
think if Gunnar hits a show me a stance
This can't be right.
in this, he might be in trouble. He might not.
So we'll see what they got there.
Ooh,
Ooh.
did hit. Ah, no, he's got it.
I think if Gunnar hits a show me a
Two ones over there.
Ooh, he did hit a show me your stance though. But Chris.
But doesn't matter, he's got the Ring of Fire into play now anyway. So.
Yep.
Ooh. He did focus away two terrains. And we know he's got Ring of Water in hand, so all he needs to do is get 2 terrains in hand and take another province. I don't think he's going to have problems taking a province at this point.
Ring of Water's in his discard now.
He'll pick it up next turn.
Well, we know he's got Ring of Water in hand, so all he needs to do is get 2 terrains in hand and take another province. I don't think he's going to have problems taking a province at this point. He'll pick it up next turn.
Chris is just going to make it as painful as possible for Gunnar now.
People keep messaging me instead of just messaging on the damn board. On the chat.
What are they saying?
Steve Lumbo said, I think Chris has this game.
Chris is just going to make it.
And he decided later on after that battle, he's like, well, or he could be a moron and defend when he doesn't have to.
I think that's an accurate assessment there.
Yeah, well, Steve's the guy that took Chris's deck to the Bride tournament and won with it. So
This deck couldn't have won the Bride tournament.
yeah,
You crazy Americans can't beat anything. So Gunnar, I'm going to assume, is just going to remove Chris's presence now with a melee 2 or so.
This deck couldn't have won the Bride tournament.
Or he's going to
7 home.
do that. He's going to send home a 0 force guy by discarding a card.
Chris's presence now with melee 2 or so.
That's
Or he's going
okay.
to
That's really strange.
do that. He's gonna
I think both players maybe are not playing at peak
Well, I think
condition right now.
Yeah, I think at this point, Gunnar doesn't have card draw that he needs, and he's probably just
Well,
going
I
to
mean-
try to win militarily. I don't know.
Okay.
Gunnar's got 2 melee. He's got a melee 2 attack on each of those Taikis, and instead he discarded. So, in the rules, you can send home a 0 force guy without discarding cards to progressive, and that's been ruled on the forums. So he didn't have to discard a card to the progressive anyway, but he also could have just killed the Itoku,
Yeah, with the melee.
which would have also been fine.
Yeah, didn't even have to bow for the melee too.
You can send home a 0 force guy without.
So yeah, I think Gunnar did possibly the only play of all his plays that would have
He also
that
could have just killed the Itoku.
yeah, he had lots of good options, and instead he decided to just sort of do whatever.
So yeah, I think Gunnar did possibly.
This is not a great flip by Chris. Couple of cloth markets. I'm guessing they're getting Karmic away.
I think they
he
would.
had lots of good options. And
But he turned on his
decided
cunning house now.
to do whatever.
Yep. And Gunnar did throw away a card for whatever reason.
This is not a great flip by Chris. Couple of cloth markets.
I'm surprised of all the guys Gunnar could have bought. I'm surprised he didn't buy the Karimi for the extra card. He obviously felt he didn't need it, but he
And Gunnar did throw away a
he
card
bought that
for-
Hikuria, which I don't think he really needs anymore. He's got the Ring of Fire into play. I think getting the card draw would have been better.
Guys Gunnar could have bought. I'm surprised he didn't buy the Karimi.
Yeah, pretty much so.
They're both 3
He
force,
obviously felt he didn't need it, but he,
and the Fear 2 doesn't really do anything to the Dishonor deck.
which I don't think he really needs anymore. He's got the Ring of Fire into play. I think getting the card draw would have been better.
I might have to tell Gunnar afterwards that he needs to go back and see
Is he
How
letting you
bad?
down there?
how bad he is at L5R today.
Hey, it's the finals. People get nervous.
I've never seen Gunnar nervous. I've never seen him in the finals, but I've never seen him nervous.
Oh, okay. Fair
He
enough.
needs to go back and see
Is he letting you
bad?
down there?
how bad he is at L5R today.
Hey, it's the finals. People get nervous.
I've never seen Gunnar nervous. I've never seen
You
him
can't
in
just
finals.
chuckle away to yourself.
Yes, I can.
wondering if these are even going to get carnicked.
No, Steve's still raging on Chris's mistakes.
I think both players.
No, Steve's still raging.
I think both players are making mistakes, so it sort of balances out.
Probably, but it makes for a longer game.
You know, if everything's broken, nothing is, I'd say as well. Clearly, if everyone's bad, then no one is. I think both players are making mistakes, so it sort of balances out. So we can see the other cloth market sent away. You know, if everything's broken, nothing is, I'd say as well. And there's some more goal control. If everyone's bad, then no one is. It's when you look at your Suki decks like that and you just want to sigh. Gunnar will have to go for the win on this turn, or he's not. He doesn't have the economy now to deal with everything.
No, even with that great gold start he had at the beginning.
Yeah, as is two of his holdings are going to be producing 2 less gold each, so that's -4 gold just for horrors. And then in battle he's going to have to be paying 8 gold to keep his guys there. He's going to lose on it to Shirai. So he's pretty much down like 12 to 14 gold this each turn now, I think.
Yeah.
Still leaves him with about 10 left to play with each turn, which really isn't that much. He's pretty much down like 12 to 14 gold each turn now, I think.
Yeah.
Still leaves him with about 10 left to play with each turn, which really isn't that much.
Steve finally got into the chat on Twitch now.
Oh, is that way? It's
Steve finally got into the chat on Twitch now.
Oh, it's that way. It's So we're going to see all the usual open actions from the crowd player. I don't think he's doing anything surprising at the moment, but Chris is he's back up to almost a full hand, and Gunnar's still got to take a province. Usual open actions from the crowd player.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think I don't know. I don't know if it's a good strategy or not, but I think that's what happened. Is that Gunnar decided to abandon the Enlightenment unless he can get 2 terrains and get his water back in hand.
Well, he's got quite a few terrains in his deck, so.
Well, I know. But water's still sitting in the discard.
Well, he's still got his stronghold and his Sensei Strait, so I think he's sort of toying with what he has to, what gold he's going to have available. Well, he's still got his stronghold and his Sensei Strait, so I think he's sort of toying with what he has to, what gold he's going to have available. There's a lot of arrows going on.
Yeah, there are.
I think Brian Reese should design a game that has less random game state things to track. There's a lot of arrows going on.
I don't think the random game state things, they're all there.
There's a lot of different ones though.
There are.
I mean, they could go the Fantasy Flight way of making a token for every possible outcome and giving you 20 of each,
Yep.
and then
Yeah.
requiring you to have all of them at any tournament.
That'd be fun. Hey, Roy, joined the chat. Look at that.
There's a lot of different ones.
There are.
I don't know who Lima Option is.
Huh?
Who
That's
is Lima?
that's Rory.
Oh, hi Rory. You can tell I'm riveted at this point of the game.
I don't know who Lima Option is.
That's Rory.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hi, Rory.
Oh, since Rory's here, little shout out as well. Irish Kotai, start of October. If anyone wants to go somewhere that's better than where they are now, I'd recommend the Irish Kotai.
My Kotai is October 3rd. Everybody come to it.
I would advise Ireland's going to be better.
Oh, since Rory's here, little
Whatever.
shout out as well. Irish Kotai, start of October. If anyone wants
Well,
to go somewhere
Rory's not going to be at
better
yours.
than where they are now,
Case
I'd
closed.
recommend the Irish Kotai.
My Kotai is October 3rd.
Sparks, I think you should close the stream or something. Everyone's hearing echo.
Really?
Yeah,
Wonder why that
Apparently.
is.
I don't know.
Rory's not.
That's there's a couple people complained about echo. Well, Rory complained about hearing my voice, but that's the same thing.
Close the stream or something. Everyone's